T86 Wasu.
Yo, 56. What's up, Maddie? How you doing? Yo, Lint. Hello, everybody. Hello, my dear followers, my dear friends. Hello, guys. How you guys doing? Welcome back to the stream. I'm very tired. I got a little leftover Mickey D's. This is gonna be the last fast food I'm gonna eat for like a year. I think it is. In total, I'm gonna lose my weight. I'm done. Okay. I ate so much disgusting fucking food in the States, and it just made me realize how much of a fat piece of shit I've become. So I'm doing this, and I'm going to fall. I'm going to fumble. I'm going to not have a good time losing my weight, because it's not fucking easy when you're this huge. But I'm going to do it. Okay? And I'm going to keep working at it. I'm going to keep trying to figure it out. And that's just what it is. Okay? I also got myself a little bit of Raybo. Because no state today, unfortunately. They're literally sold out everywhere for some reason. I think people are realizing that this is a really good beverage. Holy shit. You know? How are you guys? How are you, Maddie? How are you, Lint? How are you guys? Talk to me. I want to know. How have you been? It's been 2 weeks. U.S. food is just designed / chemically altered to make you feel that way. Well, probably, yeah, but also, well, just in general, you know, like me, for example, like bathing in water full of chloride, whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called. It's horrible. It made my hair so fucking sticky for some reason. And like, I don't know, I felt nasty all over. Hey, Steven. Welcome to the stream. I have nothing planned, by the way. I have no idea what we're about to embark on, but I guess we'll figure it out. Yeah. So, but you're not wrong. Like, it is just nasty. Straight up. It's just nasty, dude. I can see. But it was, let me also, like, say that we definitely had some really amazing food, too. Like, really good food. We had these Wagyu sushi rolls. Oh, holy shit. I can probably show you a couple of pictures if you guys are interested. Sorry about that. That scared the fuck out of me, too. Always. Wait, did you? Oh, right. I just changed your name. Yo, Bethuel's back. What's up, dude? What's up, man? But yeah, last Mickey D's. This is just leftovers. I did not just purchase this in a very fucking long time. So I figured out. Now I'm hungry. I'm going to make some hot dogs. Be right back. Say less, dude. Hot dogs. Oh, fuck. I'm going to miss that so much, dude. Damn it. I figured out my diet. It's a very simple diet, and it's very easy to do. Willkommen på Danmark. Not much is happening. Just getting back after almost a week of being... Oh, fuck, dude. I'm sorry. That sucks. Being sick and for a week? Oh, no. Never a good time. You know, you got yourself a little bit here of nuggies. Weather's going to be really nice next couple of days for sure, yeah. Yeah. But the sauce helps it. Yeah. Oh. I don't know if this works. Oh, I guess it does. Oh well. What was I saying? I was saying something, but now I forgot it. Marathon? That cinematic was crazy. The cinematic fucked. Incredible sound design. And like storytelling and everything. But I very much doubt it'll be a game for me. Yeah, it was really good. I know it's Bungie and all, but I don't know. I don't see myself play it, to be honest. It's just another extraction shooter. I already got mine. Y'all already know. I'm on that Gray Zone Warfare shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't know if it's going to be a paid title, but yeah, me too. But if it's not a paid title, oh, it is. Oh. I don't know. It just looked like Destiny, bro. It looked pretty much just like Destiny. That's why I was so hesitant, I think. Yeah. Makes sense. I was about to say something before. I just completely forgot what the fuck it was. You guys want to see how you eat wings? How you're supposed to eat wings? Watch this. So you grab them down here, right? This is one of those two-boned motherfuckers, right? So you grab it like this, right? You go beep, 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 beep. You know? And then you do this. Yeah. I think that's why I dislike it already. You won't really, like... I like shooters when they're about, like, modern stuff. And not, like, super duper fantasy shit. You know? But, I don't know. Be cooler if it was like... I think that's why I appeal so much, like, why, Gray Zone Warfare appeals so much to me. Hang on.
Hell nah.
Hey, mice! Ah! Yahoo! Boom. Hell yeah. What's up, brother? Brother. Ain't it nifty? Barb and Bob hit 50. So get off your ass and raise your glass to 50 years of sexting. Of sexting, man. Damn. What's up? Okay. We just need Oliver here now, and then we got the whole gang. I was actually, Olympus, I was actually thinking of asking Paris if, oh yeah. I'm with you always. That was really good. No, like I was thinking of, if you could actually do that, like if you could, make the back wheels on a car stand still and just constantly be extremely like skatey. You think so? Because if that's possible, we're definitely doing some Kai car bullshit. That would be so much fun. Yeah, we can. Texture it and shit. That's fucking funny. London Underground. Mm-hmm. Underground. Come here, Betty. So, here's the plan, okay. I'm going to tell you guys that's here because I might as well tell you guys, right? It's not really going to be a secret, I think. There's no need for it to be a secret. So, I think I'm going to like completely delist all the servers. And finish up some work we just need to be done with. You know? Boom. Call it a day. Done, like, just finish up some shit and really finish it. So, like, a proper HUD for, like, the overtake shit. Hey, Bixa. Yes, I'm back. And a proper HUD for race challenge. A proper HUD for time attacks, like proper, like super dynamic, only pops in when it's when you actually need it type HUD. You know what I mean? Yeah. And some other features like safety rating, for example, like I'm not. Don't worry. Trust me, I'm not. Wait, you guys actually have to go play there? I hate that. But we have a plan. Seba and I, we laid out a plan. I don't know if I think I can just tell you people. I think both Seba and I are completely fine with that. We're gonna collide our communities, Seba and I. He's gonna have a much bigger presence in Aegis. Like a much bigger presence, like his own section, entire section, and then his Patreons are going to be mirrored onto Aegis. So if people purchase a Patreon subscription on his Patreon, it'll also mirror the roles from his Discord to my Discord, so that they have access to certain things in Aegis as well as his own Discord. So it'll be like a massive fucking merge of everything, right? And I need to do some shit for him too, like to spiff up his the looks of it all. I need to wash my hands. I'll fucking be right back. I don't know why I'm like, trying to brush it off. Be right back. But yeah. We're gonna collide our Discords. Then this is the cool part. No. There's no rebranding. Aegis is gonna be Aegis always. And once we've done that, and once we've set up all the servers, maybe we're ready to like release one car or two or something. We're gonna do like a massive fucking post on the Aegis. Hey, Reverse, what's up, man? On the Aegis Patreon, because it almost have 30,000 people in it, right? Free members. When you make a post, every single one of those members gets an email. If you ping him right, you got to do it right. And Seba's obviously going to make a post identical to mine on his Patreon, right? Inviting everybody to come check out Aegis and the new servers and the new cars and like everything and all the cool features and like there's just going to be one massive like crazy update to everything. And I think cuz I haven't done anything on the Patreon since we did the last Patreon post. So it's just been quiet, right? People haven't really received anything from us at all. So they haven't had the chance to like unsubscribe for the mailing thing because there just hasn't been any updates. Because I want to make sure when we actually put something out, it's worthwhile, right? It makes sense to check it out. And so we're gonna do that, and we're gonna call the update "Welcome Home." I'm gonna call it that. I think that'd be really cool. What the hell? Welcome home. Yep. And but so much shit have to be done before we can even go there. That's why I kind of want to quiet things down and just work and get it done. Cause like that's always been my thing with Aegis, dude. Like I've always been like, oh, this cool new thing is cool. Whoa, let's just put it in there. Go, go, go. Whoa, hey, we got this cool thing. And, like, everything doesn't probably work like it should, but we got this cool thing. Whoa, hey, that's so cool, right? Come on. Instead of just, like, perfecting what's already there and call it a day. You know what I mean? So, I got busing pizza. Damn. Tight. Yes. And there's a lot of cars in the works, by the way. There's so many. There's like too many cars in the works. Yeah, too many. Olympus knows. Too many cars, dude. Yeah. But, so that's the cool part, right? Too many cars in progress is like a really good problem to have. Well, that's your private cars. I'm talking about public ones. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been finished. I actually wanted to check something. Forgot to check this. Oh, that's fine. Maybe some public ones if you bend. Oh, I'll bend the fuck over, dude. Olympus has pulled up the stats. Yeah, he's crazy, bro. 500 S15. Here, take this. No, so yeah, that's the plan. Pretty much.
Bumbo.
Aww. Thank you. Bumbo. I have some other projects on the side as well. Yeah, I told Seba. I told him. I really want to put on a cap, but I also couldn't be bothered. Boys, what are we playing? What are we gaming? Did sound just cut out for you guys? Like a very brief second. Gray Zone Warfare, Gray Zone. I mean, I could actually go race on the minted servers, but like only minted people have access to those, so that wouldn't be great. That'd be kind of boring. I would like to go race with you guys. Been itching to drive. But if I do that, no. If I do that, I do it on Aegis. I'm sorry. Like, I promise I'm going to do some random fucking ass streams on Aegis very soon, okay? And we're just going to go drive, okay? And I'll have something ready to go that we can all hop on. I promise. Yeah, I promise. Like, I'm off from today until Friday. So, like, plenty of time. Wait, E46? What? LK, I can't. We can try and troubleshoot it here if you want. Ay! My back. Oh, fuck. It's so weird, right? Look at this. I kind of want to show you guys how quickly this gets installed. You guys see this, right? It's not installed. It's 17 gigs. Bomb. Look at this. Yeah, my shit hurt bad, dude. Sorry, blood. I blew your back out in the bed last night. That's crazy. Fast Wi-Fi, less storage. Goddamn right. Slow Wi-Fi, more storage. Yep. Operation RAS Go? What the fuck is RAS? What do you mean? What is that? Operation RAS. Random ass stream. Goddamn right. Yep. I genuinely have no clue what's wrong with it. I was thinking switching to a public test release, launching it and seeing if it works. It doesn't work. Yeah, I got a gigabyte. I got gigabit connection. Yeah. Seriously though, if we can get this working, boys, we're gonna play CarX, and we're gonna have a lot of fun with it. 100%. Both controllers and like wheel players can play that, so that would just make me so excited. I want to see if I can. Okay, it works. I did also try to reinstall Steam. That was the other thing I tried when I got home here. The fuck? Oh well. Bum bum ba-da-dum, bum 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 ba-da-dum, bum bum ba-da-dum. Maybe, you know what? Maybe I should try and reinstall it. It's just like everything is brand new. Everything has just been installed. This computer is brand spanking new, dude. It does not make sense. Honestly, public SRP would probably be a lot of fun. I can't believe I said that. I mean, no, it would. Like, I'm just saying, like, I can't believe I'm the owner of Aegis, but I want to go play on the public SRP. Old hardware lives 50 years. Okay, Steven. All right. I mean, shit, Steven, you're probably the mega computer nerd here, so maybe you fucking know what I could do with CarX Street. I'll show you what my problem is, okay? Because it's fucking weird. It does not make sense. Nuke it? My entire computer? Huh? It's crazy. I'm not that crazy, broski. You made ODK's PC What? Wait, it can't run Expo when there's 4 sticks of RAM in it? Are you sure about that, Reverse? Steven, is that actually true? I love that you texted that and then I said it right after. Well, like almost at the same time. I don't want to listen to this. Next. This is what it does. I boot the game. Oh, Christ. Hello? What happened? Oh! My screens! What's going on? Oh! What the fuck? And then and now all of my fucking applications have been dragged over to my other screen. And then it says play again. That's what happens. That's what happens. Every fucking time, this is what happens. Well, did he try taking 2 of the RAM sticks out and then enabling it? I don't know what's better, to have 64 gigs or to have 32 but be able to use all 6,000 megahertz speed majengis. Because I don't know what's better. Doesn't work. It does not work. Because I don't really think I need all the speed. Do I? I don't know if Steven is here. Pretty sure, yeah. Okay. Because my speed is at 3,600, right? Oh, well. I wish I knew what to do with this game so we could play it. But I don't. Yeah, but reverse. I don't think you can hear me. I don't think you're hearing me. Because both Oliver and I have 64 gigs of DDR5, 6,000 megahertz, right? Yeah, so if I removed half of it, then I could enable the 6,000 megahertz. Would that be worth it compared to the volume? Because I doubt it. Dude, I played 14.4 hours straight. This was hilarious. Wait, really simple? It actually would? Oh, JC, what's up, brother? Welcome, man. It does? That's really fucking annoying. 40 hours on Drago Sim? Hell yeah. I don't know what to play. Am I cooked? Wait, I just now remember what I actually put my title as, and that means I need to go in Gray Zone Warfare. Hey, boys, guess what? Another Gray Zone Warfare stream, boys. Yay! Gonna get some W's in the chat. Let's go. We're gonna go focus. Shocker. We're gonna go focus on helping some dudes. All right. I'm gonna ping everyone with this. I legit on sub. If you don't go and suffer in public SRP, I'm taking the. Ha! Damn, that's crazy. Madness. Yeah. I understand though. Soon, all right. If anything, Olympus, we should actually do some. We should do some more Minted streams if you're down. I really want to do that. The Minted streams on YouTube with like the native 4K shit. Put it in Element 1. I would like to see it. Switch to Gray Zone Warfare. What is this? Wow, that's pretty. Holy fuck, that's pretty. You're on a mountain. Boys, look at this. So pretty. Very pretty. Oh my god, I only just saw this now. Well, I didn't because I reacted to it, but I guess I didn't really. I saw it on my phone or some shit. Oh, yeah, I know Olympus. I'll be around for like the next couple of days, though. This is very pretty. Wait, is this just you like going out on walks? Steven, is that what this is? Or what is it? Two and a half hours? Yeah. Don't tell anyone, but my girlfriend was too scared to drive in America. So I pretty much was driving the car the whole time. I'm a foreigner and it's illegal, so. But we didn't get caught, so all good. Oh, illegally, you mean reverse? I said that to 16 people. I'm gonna keep saying it. Hell yeah. It was a lot of fun. Do we do to jail? Hey Martin. In her defense, Americans are dude. It's so crazy to me, Simple, how you fucking people drive, dude. Nobody's got chill. I had to turn. You guys got these crazy fucking sections, right? It's like a three lane, two 3-lane roads, right? And then this massive space in between, and then sometimes you have to turn left in the middle of that, and like through that massive space, right, to get on the other side of the road. But then you know, obviously you're all the way out in the outer lane, right? You turn left, and then you have to cross those 3 lanes, and cars are just fucking moving. So you got to push out into one lane, then you got to push out to the next lane, and then you go through all the way, right? But you got to make sure people don't fucking just smash you, dude. I was doing that, and this massive fucking truck, I swear, I was so happy I actually stopped and checked for real, because I couldn't see it properly because the car in front of me was already huge. Truck comes blasting past me. Holy fuck, that scared the shit out of me. I could have killed Mia right then and there, bro. It's insane. Not only that, but those sections, I constantly had a problem with those because I literally have to get in the most outer lane to turn left or right. Most actually only left now that I think about it. And I had to cut in front of somebody because people don't fucking make space for each other. Like I'm blinking. People just whoom, don't make no space. And I'm just they're dude, I need to fucking go this way. I'm obviously still moving. I'm not just halted in the middle lane or some shit. Dude, it really is. It really is. But I got the hang of it and I actually did really good. I'm honestly proud of myself. I've adapted very easily. But I cut in front of one guy and he just held down his horn. He just didn't stop. It was and it just didn't stop. I was like, what? Are you fucking real? I kept thinking what did I do here that was definitely my fault? Because there has to be a reason this dude did that. There was another guy. I genuinely still don't know what the fuck I did. And I have a very good idea of the size of my car that I'm driving. Very good fucking idea of the size of the car I'm driving. So I know I'm not too close to nothing. I always, when I stop a car, for example, I always make sure I can see the wheels of the car in front of me, underneath the car, right? So I stop, so I have some distance, so that if I get fucking harmoniced or some shit, I'm just gonna push up to that car. You know what I mean? And I don't know, but I had some dude behind me some other time that just kept blinking at me, like. He was just sitting like this, so crazy, just I was just like, do I know you? Is that why you're trying to get my attention? Or did I do something to, it made no sense, bro. People have absolutely zero chill over there. And the fact that that was the most scary thing to me, I think. I like to put my front bumper in the back seat of the car. I mean, so if you're what's it called? If the traffic is really, really heavy, sure, I might do that, even though that's when it makes the least sense, but that's just to make space for everybody to move faster, I guess. Oh, it was you, Maddie? I see. I've seen a news report. Danish tourists cost a bumper cars in the highway. Was that you? Probably, yeah, 100%. What do you mean, you people? Oh, I'm talking to every American, bro, because it seems to be everybody over there. Holy shit. Oh, my God. Probably not the boys, though. Poor girlfriend, bro. We just got out the airport, and it's fucking pitch black, right? Can't see shit. lights everywhere, massive, like, it's like, it's so entangled, and the road signs, like, a lot of it just don't make a whole lot of sense. Fuck, dude. My girlfriend was freaking out, and I was just there, like, trying to do my absolute best to tell her what to do, because thankfully we were driving an automatic, right? Thankfully. Fuck, I would hate to sit in traffic with a manual. That would suck. I really get that in America. Fuck me, dude. But it was fun. I actually had so much fun once I got the hang of it. I just kept wanting to go drive. It was lovely. Hell yeah, brewers, do it. Come to Germany. I've been in Germany. I've been fucking hauling ass down the Autobahn in an R8 actually. Almost went 300 in it. I think I reached. I wasn't looking at how fast I was going, but I'm pretty sure I went 300, and then I just started, fucking winding down, because I don't know, driving that fast is just, I really don't like that at all. Like, I barely, like, you blink and shit can happen, and it's just not a nice feeling. I don't like going that fast. Unless I absolutely fucking know what I'm doing. First car I bought was a manual and drove it home for 2 hours. Oh, God. That's how I learned to drive a manual? Okay. Nice, dude. That's sick. Come to kebab country. It's easy there. Oh, God. Then I got to answer like 1,200 questions, learn them there. Oh, wait, really? I think we have 4,000 in Denmark. Last time a GT3 passed us, god damn the sound. Oh, yeah. On Autobahn, dude, shoot, like, just stay out of the fast lane. Do not go into the fast lane, dude. Never go into the fast lane on Autobahn. When it's got that sign that says, all right, you just go ahead and fucking do your thing. It was awesome. I won't forget that day. Oh, well. What the fuck? Man, what the hell? But what the hell? Wait, what the fuck? What is actually happening right now? Huh? What? Oh, there it is. That was a little weird. Yeah, that's fair. It's a good, yeah, that's normal speed. I'd say that's normal speed too. Wumble, you want to play? Oh. I turned on TeamSpeak. Me. Oh, whoops. Feel free to turn on your Axon as well.
User entered your channel.
Hello, Wombleman. Can't even go 100,
Hello.
120 plus without destroying your front end? Yeah. Oh, I need to do this. Did you ready up, my brother?
Yeah, I'm ready now.
Copy that. Doom, 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 doom. I love booting up this game while I got the stream running, bro. It's like, welcome back home, brother. Wait, I was doing shaders? Whoops. Oh, can I? No, I can't. But my drive drives like to 120, 140 max with the winter tires because the tires vibrate like crazy. I don't. What the fuck? Why? Oh, my ears. Ears go boom. 5 big booms. Boom. 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 Yeah, or probably because the tires have been just sitting like upwards. Sorry, like they've been standing vertically or something for too long. What? Because I gave you 5 big. I'm gonna give you 2 more booms, Olympus, just for you. Boom, boom. Yes, the Linglong Super Sports. Yeah, the Linglong Super Sports, dude. But I got the tires like last year or 2 years ago. Oh, whoops. Okay, I see. I'm still compiling shaders. Don't know why it's taking so long.
Yeah, that's fine.
I lost my E92. Fuck. Underclocked RAM moment. Yeah. Oh. 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 Well, maybe I should just get the 2 RAM sticks then. That's what the, oh, right. Yeah, random access memory. RAM. Aware. Yes, aware. I do be drinking Juneberry Red Bull. Yeah, no, I don't like that one. I like the original one. How much shit do you have sitting in RAM? I got 64 gigs of DDR5 with speed of 6,000 neuron activation. But I got it in 4 sticks. Yeah. Oh, brother, amen. Oh, dude, I got so much shit going. Let's actually, you know what? It would be kind of cool to check right now how we're doing. Performance. Memory. My memory is running at 44%. Look at this. Right here. 44%, yeah. Shut up. Not too bad. No, sure. No, just fucking crank them out right now. Easy peasy. What do you mean? Is there any people in this server anywhere?
Yeah, they're all over the place. It looks like one at Sawmill, YBL. A couple in Halleys as well.
We got a level 7 in non-Tavan. Should we go help him out? Okay, oh wait, he's coming back. Never mind. It looks like he's coming back. Yeah, no, I think that's what I'll do. Yeah, this is the ideal solution. I'll do that, and I'll tell Oliver to do the same thing then. I had no idea when I was building the computer, because I kept going back and forth between so many people that knows what they're doing, and I don't know what I'm doing. Clearly, Steven knows I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, but it turned out okay, I think. Something. I would very. I have a 770. 7700 X Ryzen 7 7700X Four sticks of DDR5 is never recommended unless you need 120. Oh shit. Okay. Yeah. Wait. Hello there, sir. What's your name? Tifuler? Listen, homie, if you need any help, okay? We're at your service.
I don't need help, thank you.
Copy that. Say less.
All tasks are done.
Oh, really? Oh, shit. Oh, super dope. You and me both. Make sure you check QVL before you buy new RAM so you can be 100% sure it's Expo compatible. Recently had the same issue. Oh, I see. Alright. We're just looking for people to help. You want to help people. You love helping. I don't even know what my fucking inventory looks like. Oh. Hello, good sir. How are you doing on this fine day? If you need any assistance with your tasks, please feel free to let me know. I would love to help you around or give you some good stuff. This guy might actually have muted the he's just standing there and not responding. Or he went to go take a piss. Probably two. Probably B. B option. Option B. He's pissing.
Also, whenever you have your headphones muted, all the voices in game are quite quiet.
Oh, fuck, you're right. Yeah. He probably can't even hear me. Damn it. When I turned on my PC for the first time, it told me to put RAM sticks into slot 2 and 4 and get XMP. Lol, I had them in 1 and 3. Oh, yeah, you can't stack them like right up against each other. You gotta like, at least that's what I believe, so that you have like a RAM slot free in between them. Let's switch server. Let's actually try one of the American servers. We typically have more luck with those. They're much more talkative as well.
Yeah.
Feeling it. Been awake for 24 hours. We're just fucking banging this shit out. You're actually making me want to go check what I can get. Let's do Pro Shop. I'm gonna search. I'm gonna search 32 gigabyte RAM. 6,000. The fuck? Hello, sirs. Oh. My good sir, are you okay? Do you need assistance? Allow me to examine you. You seem to be fine. Reftai. Is that your name? Refti? Okay, man. How are you doing? Oh, you're like in between? I feel you. Do you need help with your missions? Are you done with your missions? Good man! Very good.
I'm gonna go stab people at Fort Nerith. Yeah.
Oh, do it, bro.
I just lost my best M4 and kit there, so I gotta run back and try not to die.
What do you need help? We got you.
If you don't mind.
Dude, I got you. Me and Wumble here.
You, brother.
Fuck yeah. Let's go bust some cat. Oh, I can't talk. My timer went out. I'm gonna now wait for the timer to go
really?
back up. What am I shooting? Oh fuck! I'm shooting big boy shit. We're going Fort Nerith, so let's grab the keys we need. Do a little bit of here loot run, you know what I'm saying? Wait, that's not it. Oh wait, that is it. Did you call a chopper, Private?
Just did.
That's a 555. We'll be on your 6. Is that ours?
That's ours.
Copy that. We're on. Hit it.
Ready up, we're taking off.
Yip, yip. Oh, damn it. Getting some pretty impressive frames right now, I'm not going to lie. How's it looking on stream, everybody? I think my eardrums will give out before my liver. I think you're right. When you're my friend, that's just how the cookie crumbles.
Approaching the LZ. 1 minute.
You say, ew, get away from me. This is what you sound like. Whenever you type stuff, this is what you sound like inside my head.
I think my eardrums will give out before my
We're
liver.
getting
That's
close.
you, Olympus. That's what you sound like when you talk.
Ew, get away from me.
That's you right now. That's what you sound like. Can't confirm. LK's got my back. LK's the real homie. So you want me inside of you? Oh wait. So this is. Wait. So. Wait. Do you want to be inside me? Because it sounds like you do.
So you want me inside you? Okay, I
Spread out.
understand it now.
It's you right now. Horrible. Horrible. No, Olympus. I don't want you inside of me.
I cleared out most of everything, and I died at the first hangar up here as I was leaving.
You're all good. We got your back.
Thank you.
Did you do all your missions?
Yeah, I just completed my Banshee mission.
Very good. You freak. No invite is crazy. What a fucked up day. Simple.
Usually I put a little more energy into this, but my dog's sleeping right next to me. I'm trying not to wake him by yelling and screaming like I usually do.
Oh, dude, I feel you. Oh, no, that's actually so cute. You're trying not to wake up your dog? That's really cute.
Yeah.
Take those down.
Left hard.
One more down. Yo, these assets are not loading in, dude. Fanning out. Oof. Nice shot. Bethuel. Thank you, man. Let me high-five you. You're welcome. I'd high-five myself all
Should be
fast.
just around this corner.
You do your shit, dog. We got your 6. What the? Where am I? Oh, I'm in the construct. Sorry. Somebody was there. Where the fuck was he? Oh. Edge Office. How you doing? Welcome so much to the motherfucking goddamn motherfucking stream, big dog. How you feeling? How's it feeling to be in a good mood? You know what I'm saying? Did you get your stuff, Private?
Yeah, thank you, brother.
Good shit. We're gonna RTB, unless you need more assistance.
Nah, I appreciate you. Thank you for the help.
We got you.
Trying not to lose my 60-round mags.
I feel that. Wait, you're 60 round mag? Wait, what's your level with the traders?
I got 2 for all of them, pretty much.
Oh shit.
I just got lucky, and got some free ones.
Let's go back to base. We're gonna give you some 60 round mags. Come on.
Oh, I appreciate it.
It really sucks that these are just like these textures are just not loaded in, dude. We might have to do a little bit of a restart once we're back at base and we've finished dealing with this guy. Oh wait, maybe not. No, I think assets are actually loading in now. So I gotta take Polaroids right quick. Yeah, I feel you. Best game ever, B, by the way. Expensive PC, by the way. What? What's going on? You're doing me the big confusion. You need a bigger backpack too.
Yeah, the reason that I had this small one is I just fill it with meds and food, and I run in, do my quest, and leave. I don't pollute in here.
Oh shit! You should probably. Oh well, how did you just start playing the game, or how long have you played for?
No, I've been playing since release. So I just started playing this wipe like a few days ago.
Delta or die?
Last time I played was back when the duping bug was a thing.
Wait, sorry, I was stoned out for a bit. I was reading my chat. What were you saying again?
I said last time I played was when the duping bug was a thing. I started again like a couple days ago.
Oh fuck yeah, dude! Delta or die? Wait, why do I feel like
Wait,
that's?
you said chat? You're a streamer?
Yeah, I'm streaming, dude. Sorry.
Okay, I got you.
It's a lot of fun. I can't help myself. I absolutely love this game. I want to draw as much attention to it as I possibly can.
Oh yeah, big time.
Oh, 8 rifles.
I'd be streaming this game, but every time I start, everybody just wants me to play Ghost of Devore.
Oh, you got VR, dude? What headset have you got?
Oh yeah, Index, man.
Me too. Yo, we should play. Tell you what,
That'd be awesome.
I'm gonna message you our Discord. One sec.
Awesome.
There you go. You can also just add me on Discord if you find that easier, so you don't have to retype that whole thing out.
Either or.
Yes, there you go. Element 1. The Discord is called Element 1. It's like Greystone Warfare specific spot. But yeah.
I don't know if you remember the bug where if you had a grenade in your hand, you pull out a knife, and it's just one entity in your hand. I used to have a Greyzone server, and just a picture of that was my server icon.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I have never seen that. No. Wait. I feel like Edge, you're onto something here. Oh wait. Okay, no. I thought Delta or die was like a saying. And 8 rifles or nothing is a saying, but 8 rifles, you're talking about like
Alex sent you a friend request.
You were talking about like putting rifles in my backpack. I'm guessing. Let's see here. Bum, 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 bum. There you go, brother.
Appreciate you.
We got some other people down at YBL that might need a bit of help. Yeah, level 16 for sure. 21 as well.
Raven here. I'm moving out. ETA, 1 minute.
Yes, sir. Stacked 8 deep on AK-12s, 15 and 19s. Yeah. I do that a lot myself. We just wanted to help this guy get his stuff back. We're just looking to help people today because we finished the game,
Yeah,
man.
I'm a big time medic. I always have like 3 or 4 quick release kits on me full of med supplies. for
Oh,
people.
dude.
This is Raven
Good man.
arriving shortly near your
I
position.
fuck with that heavy.
ETA, 30 seconds.
Oh, one
Part of why I got a small bag. I got so much weight in medical supplies.
Wubble's acting like nothing. He was just motorboating your butt cheeks. He's like. Oh,
Find something you like? Little sculptures there? Yeah? Awesome.
I have super bad looting issues. I probably don't, and I kind of hate it because I could probably make a lot more money and then give
I'm
it
here,
even more
move it,
away to
go.
people. Everybody's on. Let's move.
Strap in, we're heading out.
Yo, Edge Office, look at this shit. Check this out. You ready for some cinematic vibes here, dude? Check this out. Yippee. What a game.
Get ready, 1 minute.
Don't forget to subscribe. Check out the Bethuel YouTube channel, by the way. I think there's like 2 Greystone Warfare videos I made on there. The first one, well, the most recent one, you guys should really watch, if you wouldn't mind. I'm so proud of that video.
Approaching the LZ, 30
It's
seconds.
really cool. I almost want to show it on stream just to get you guys interested. Hugman shit? What the fuck? I don't know who that is. Hugman shit? What the fuck? Like in-game, you mean? Shameless plug once again. God damn right. Ah, human shit. Hell yeah. Oh, I hit the wrong button just now.
Exfil completed. Good to have you back.
You're in the DC? Oh, shit. Dope stuff. Wait, human shit. Yeah, I think I might know who you are now. All right, brother. Let's get you some stuff.
Give me some stuff. What do you mean?
Okay. You need... let me give you... Ah, fuck. I can't even fit... Wait, one sec. Okay. Oh, my God. I literally can't even fit this bag in here. Wait, one sec. And then we need Gunny.
You good?
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's a Delta bag. Nice. Are you dropping? Thank you.
Yo, brother, come over here.
Yes, sir.
Check out the donation box here in a minute.
That is a fat Delta bag. Oh.
There you go. There you go, buddy.
I appreciate you, sir. Thank you.
You got it, man.
Delta bags are Banshee, right? Or are they Turncoat?
They are Turncoat, level 3.
Okay. Shoot you.
T. Doltz, how you doing?
Thank you.
Hello, sir. How you doing? Guy's not responding.
Appreciate you, sir.
Sorry about that. I didn't know what the push to talk
shit,
was.
you decked that fast out.
Oh, you're a new
shit,
player.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, allow me to be the first guy that officially talks to you in this game. I would love to show you around in case you need some assistance.
I mean, I've been playing for a little bit. I just don't play very often. I've
Oh.
played with my buddies a couple of times, but
Very
I
good.
just haven't really played the game very much.
I totally get that. How are you liking the game so far?
It's not bad. I like it. It's intense, definitely
It's
for
very intense, yeah.
for first-person shooters, but
Yeah. Isn't this incredible though that I can just walk up to you and talk to you like this in a spawn, and then you can literally just go grab a chopper and do your shit? I love that shit so much, man.
yeah, it is. I mean, it's definitely different, like just the extraction point, and I don't know. I like it for the most part. It just when you die in the middle of nowhere and there's nobody around, it fucking sucks.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Typically, you can like message other people on the map that might be near you, or even just at spawn, and they might actually come and help you. People like me, for example, like I would gladly help with that.
Okay. Yeah, that's like the one thing that I haven't really got down in the game. That's why I was just when you walked up to me the first time,
Ah, I see.
with everything. So like, because I didn't know the communication.
Yeah, no, I feel you. There's also a countdown timer, by the way. I don't know if you see it at the bottom left corner when you start talking.
Oh yeah, now I do.
Yeah, it's not super handy because it just cuts you off once it reaches 0.
Well, is what it is, I guess.
It'll get better. They're gonna revamp so many incredible things.
Yeah, this is still an alpha, isn't it?
I am not too sure. I doubt it's an alpha.
Pre-alpha, 0.2.4.
There you go.
Oh yeah, so
This guy knows. It actually
0.3 is coming out soon, and they're adding mortar strikes.
and so much more. I can't wait for the SIG MCX, dude. That's one of the.
Oh yeah, 300 blackout, baby.
Yes, sir. Well, as
Yeah,
far
when
as
are
I
they supposed
understood
to be
from what
doing
they
all
said,
those updates?
soon. Well, like one.
That's gonna be
Sometime,
sweet.
but Czech Republic springtime.
That's almost now, pretty much. Very
Yeah.
much close to being now.
SVD is gonna be added. What else? MP7, M9 Beretta, the spear with the 300 blackout. The CERT is gonna get 5.56 and a bunch of other things.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure I heard in the stream, in their whole like announcing of the weapon stream, that the weapon type, the ammo type 300 blackout isn't going to be available upon release of the update.
I thought they said the opposite, that it was gonna be only chambered at 300 blackout and then get it in 5.56 later.
Oh, then I definitely misheard that. Okay, now it all makes sense.
No, Wobble?
This is my friend Wumble.
No, he was normally on the decks, he's arguing the 300 blackout was not coming, even though I told him twice that it was.
Yeah, it is. We watched that dev stream twice. Took notes and everything.
Yeah. No, I just thought I heard something else. Completely forgot we were still in a crew together. You've probably been able to hear me through radio and everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
How would I think I have all the buttons down?
What's up, dude?
I had to remap the fucking view thing into my mouse and shit too, because that was just too complicated.
Yeah, I get that. Wumble and I here, we have a TeamSpeak application open where we modded it a little bit so it sounds exactly like a radio. like radio clicks and everything. That way there's no countdown timer and stuff. It's really cool.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
okay.
Oh, is that why I don't hear Womble talking?
What's up?
Is that why I don't hear him talking?
Is that what?
Is that why I don't hear him talking?
No, he's just not. I guess he just doesn't talk too much today. He's not really talking on TeamSpeak either. Just only when I ask him stuff. Talking about an SUV isn't here.
Yeah, come under that mask, didn't you?
Wait, what's up?
I'm building guns.
It's all your fault.
Oh, he's building guns. That's what it is.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah. I also made like a Axon buddy cam, like a live feed of his gameplay onto my stream. It looks super
Oh,
cool.
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's really dope. It looks super realistic too.
I'm not sure what to think about that.
I love that.
That's
Like-
one thing kind of interesting about Ghost of War, their streamer mode,
If you had me,
where like it'll have like weird gun sights and like body cam-ish looking things on it when you ADS sometimes.
fuck shit.
Yeah,
It'd be nice to see that in this game as well. Sort of like a body cam for streamers.
that would be great. I doubt that. That's probably gonna be some end game stuff, like
Oh yeah.
special like things for the game itself. I believe so.
I don't expect to see it anytime soon. They got bigger things that they're doing.
Yeah, they just need to finish like the overall, game loop. But already now, this is so
I
satisfying.
mean, yeah, 155 quests to do. It'll take you weeks. I mean, it's fun.
Facts. But with this new PvP update, bro, madness, insanity.
Wait,
What's up, baby?
with the? I didn't know what happened.
All the PvP stuff. Wait, you did watch the Winds of War thing, right?
Windsor. I watched the newest dev blog that they were talking about the new guns and all that stuff. What
Oh,
do you mean
shit.
About the PvP.
Oh, boys, there you go. Pretty sure that's for you, boys.
I already have. Here, you. How about you grab all those? I already have.
Yeah. Have yourself out, brother. Glad to
Good,
have you
thanks.
back, brother. Aww. Thank you, Insanity.
I mean, I have $1 million, so I might as well spend it.
Holy shit!
Midnight Sapphire or what?
Keys.
Ah, okay.
I've been
I gotta
selling
sell
keys.
some shit. Hold on.
Oh, been selling keys. Okay.
Yeah.
Were you attending the, what was it called, like Trader Hub or whatever, for like the event the other day to sell keys, Wumble, or no?
No, I've just been selling keys on the black market.
Oh shit! All right, nice.
I've been silly. I just put my keys in the dono box and I don't need them.
It's the rare keys you get off the commanders that are worth the most.
Ah, okay, I gotcha.
I think it works, Insanity, because I just booted the one that I had, the executable I had, and it just worked. I don't know.
What,
haven't
like,
really touched all the new stuff yet,
golf
but I
club
need to do
storage
that.
key and hotel supply closet.
Hotel supply closet isn't worth much. Golf clubs would maybe worth 20 or 15,000.
You also need to do that video. I promised you I'd do.
But then if you get the office key, it's worth 100k.
Oh yeah. That one's super rare though. And it can spawn, I think, the AK-308, yeah?
Yeah, but more importantly, it spawns the gold barrel Glock.
No, I've never heard of that, okay.
Take one.
I don't think so. No. I don't think I have.
Oh, I see, okay. That's pretty sick. Hey, you want back?
No, you can keep it.
I appreciate you. That looks awesome.
One round, dude. Also, T, you might want to take off your night vision goggles so you don't die with them on, because they lose 10% durability every time you die with them on. So like keep them in your safe lock.
Oh yeah, they said they were gonna be removing that the next update.
Oh yeah. The
Yeah, they
10%
are.
On definitely.
It's really nice.
But you can still, it'll still get damaged if it gets hit directly.
Yeah.
In the next update.
That's really cool. That also makes a lot of sense. It'd be cool if it just like if somebody shot. Oh. Microphone things. One sec. But yeah, it'd be cool if they made it so that you just shoot the night vision and then it's dead. One shot, done. That'd be hilarious. It would suck, but it would be great.
Well, it might depend on what caliber of bullet goes through it.
I guess so, yeah.
I mean, it would be true to life, so.
Yeah. Hello, good sir. Sabertooth. What's up, mate? You need something? What do you need? Need help? Need nothing? You done with your missions? Good man. Very good. Whoa. Oh no.
Oh, you've seen
It's
that
the
before.
abomination. Oh.
Oh, what in the...
The fuck is that?
It's the abomination, brother. So bad. Wow, I am tired, dude. Alright, who can we help? Who can we help? We got a level 5 out here. Oh, he's coming in hot. Let's go see if we can find some more people to help.
Mind if I tag along?
Hootie? Yeah, sure. Anybody that wants to tag along, that's all good.
Alright.
I mean, I got a couple missions to fucking do, so.
Oh, sure. Let's go do those. We'll be on your 6.
Shit, was I pressing that when I said that? I don't think I was.
Wait, what's up?
So.
No, I just said I've got to go drop off the a briefcase at the repair shop and kill whatever criminal leader in the town.
Oh, perfect.
Oh,
That's
those are
great.
fun
That's
ones.
really good. Let's go do that. In that case, you can just call a chopper for Bravo 1.
Hello, boys.
Hello, good sir.
He's on the way.
Copy. Who is it? This guy? Oh, Mean Sparrow.
Someone's hurt.
Is that our bird?
Yes, it is.
All right, boys, let's get out. Yep. I am so wasted, dude. Oh, I can't get on. Oh, no!
Raven dispatched. Moving to base camp.
You missed your chopper.
Yeah, but I could get on. It's all good.
What you guys doing?
We're pissing in the wind, dude.
Sounds good.
Hell yeah. Your accent don't sound American.
I am not American.
Where are you from?
South America, Argentina.
Oh, sick.
Raven on station and ready to pick
If you want to, you can come with. If you're bored.
I'll tell you later. I have to resupply.
All right, brother. Talk to you soon.
Get ready, we're moving out.
How fucking cool is that?
Close.
Dude, how cool is
30
that?
seconds.
Some dude is like overhearing our conversation and he's like, oh, hey, blah, 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 you guys doing this and that? Yeah, we're doing this and that. And, you know, come on, you know, what can you do, you know? And he's like, oh, yeah, shoot the shits and it's cool. And I'm like, all right, talk to you, still around. Boop. And then I just, it's fucking great. I love this game so much, dude. It's just a great game. This game is just incredible, dude. Ah. Enable combat mode. Let's do this.
Go, go, go!
Hell yeah. All right, boys, let's move. Yeehaw! You did bring the briefcase, by the way, right?
Yes, I did.
Ah, how nice.
You know where you're dropping it?
A lot of mouse moving going on there. Massive lag spike. That wasn't great. I want to see if I can get some frames back if I do this. Oh my! What the fuck? Oh, ain't no way, dude. Let's do. We can probably do this. That and this. Oh my god. Oh. Oh! 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 Everything's gray! Oh! What are happenings? What are happenings? What are happenings? What are happenings? Oh! Ah, no way. Yo, Wumble's down. Shit. And I don't know if I can help. Fuck! Where did my boys go? Oh.
What the fuck is up with your gun?
Where'd you go? Well, I know you died, but like, where did you die?
Up the street towards the mechanics. He
All
shot
right.
me from the right hand side somewhere.
Alright, copy that. I'm here with you, boys.
Get the shit out of me.
Somehow Wumble just got insta Juan Pop face hit, so he's out. You okay?
Will be.
Copy that. Alright, you guys are green. Area's clear. That texture on screen before was exquisite. You guys should clip that. That's kind of a funny clip.
Okay, that's completed.
Good shit. Let's venture on. Oh wait, actually, let's hold here for a minute until Wumble he reaches back here. Are you good? What do you need? Surgery we do quicker than you.
I'm good.
by the way.
I'm good. Like what?
Whenever you're hit and you need surgery, let somebody else do it because we do it quicker than you.
Yeah, it's quicker. Yeah.
Get the quick Juan Pop face hit, dude.
I'm coming now.
I got eyes on your body. Fucking asshole.
Oh, I'm gonna die. AI spawn back here.
Fuck, move back, boys, move back. Move all the way back to where we came
I need a
from.
hand.
We're coming.
one on the road.
I need a medic on standby. Wumble's hurt. Hey, Amiro, what's up? How you doing, huh? Come on, there's nothing we could do. You know, if you want a little scoop of poop, you can have it. You know what I mean? Come on, hey. Schwam. I got one guy down in the T-cross. I'm so out of breath. I actually need my fucking ears now. I think I moved way past you. You made it around me, I think. Oh yeah, you're all the way up there. Alright, I'm moving back. Whoops. I get you, man. Come on.
Yeah, I just started running through the woods.
Yeah, makes sense. Hello, sir. You probably ran a little too far. He's down this way. You green? You good?
Yeah.
Good sheep. All right, next up is the big old. I forget what it's called. Yawa. That's funny, Maddie. Gray Zone Warfare? That's funny, dude. Good one. I forget what it's called. The fucking... What's it called? The spot where... Well, I know what... What the fuck? Words in my mouth.
Marketplace?
Marketplace. Thank you, sir. Oh, God.
There's
Yeah,
gonna be guys up here
Marketplace.
to
I
the
was reading
left
through the
on
description.
Town Hall.
Spank a right here, boys.
I'm gonna go clear out the town hall.
Copy that. Don't die, pussy.
Okay, no.
I actually have a Miru, and I don't know if it's something for me. I actually don't think so at all. It's like not my type of deal to get into at all. Yeah, definitely watch the east. I don't think it's clear, and they might suddenly spawn because I think people have been here like a good chunk of minutes ago. Yeah, just kill whoever you see.
Yeah.
No, it's not so much it's too unrealistic. It's more the fact that I don't know. It seems too much Destiny-like. Like the gameplay looks exactly like Destiny, bro. And Destiny is like a game that I've played far too much. Okay, I need to stop killing people up here because that's really on you guys. So regroup back here with me, and we'll enter this place. Oh yeah, there's a dude down that way. Watch out! Watch out!
My helmet's inserted.
Enter that place.
I gotta heal out.
Copy. What do you need?
Let's see. I'm bleeding and
Working on cert.
Copy that. I got a CT. All right, CT applied. Check your blood. How much blood do you have in total? T-Dolts? Oh, wait. I don't know if the talking thing works while you're... Oh, no.
yeah,
Oh, how much blood did you have?
I had 4,800 units.
That's fine. You can right-click. Just right-click. Damn it, I don't know if you
All
made
right.
it. Oh, well. Because, I gotta wait for Mike. I hate this. Fucking Fucking mic bullshit. So if you have beneath 4,500, that's when you start needing blood. It'll come back ever so slowly.
Okay.
All right, let's move. On me.
We need to make sure he gets the boss. Check the fire.
Yeah, we really
beret.
do. So the boss is gonna have a red bandana on and a big ass gun.
Okay.
So you go ahead and take point.
Beret. It's a red beret.
Oh, it's a
not
red
bandana.
beret. Red beret. Red beret. That's correct. That was a good old fan. Good shit, boys. Let's keep moving. Hostile neutralized. Keep moving.
Boss can sometimes spawn in this little marketplace over here, so be careful.
Copy. T, do you have your candid sight, like, binded? You okay? That might be him. He's behind you, directly behind you. My big scad. Keep shooting. That wasn't him either. Alright, we might have to engage into this location. Watch the upstairs spot.
Yep. Okay.
Did somebody say gray zone warfare?
What's up, Jordan? How you doing? I'm on your 6. Gotta keep moving. That's him. He's right there. Oh, it's fucking Wumble. Oh my god, it scared the fuck out of me. Did you get him? Oh, we didn't get him. Our friend died. Ain't no way. Oh, I got a heavy bleed, dude. I need help right now.
Did I just start calling them?
I had to kill all of them. He's dead on the ground. He's not alive anymore. I just need a circuit.
Okay, I got you.
I need 2 of them. I think our other friend is in trouble, if that's him roaming outside the wall. He's dead. He is dead where? He's dead right here, my friend. How much fucking... Oh. Oops. Nope. I need a large blood bag. Could you hit me with the bandage? I'll finish up this blood. Alright, I'm green. He is dead, right? Yeah, he's dead. Fuck, dude. And he was right in front of him. Damn it. That sucks. What a... I should really have had his back. I thought that you were an enemy, so I turned around and shit.
Thought an enemy went there somewhere.
Yeah, he's dead. Friend? Friend? Hello, friend? Damn it. That was his last mission. Oh well.
They both died.
They actually did. Okay, we might as well RTB then. Let's,
They're coming back in from Bravo 2.
copy that. Let's just, exit this area and maybe hunker down somewhere and go eat and drink. I need some drink and eat.
Yeah, I'm gonna head out and escort them.
Oh, makes sense. I will be on your 6. I'm yellow on ammo, by the way. How you doing, Jordan? How's life, man? What's going on? Also, woman just came home, so I'm probably gonna hop off once we've helped with this guy's mission. But now we're gonna have to wait for the boss to respawn. I should just have left. I could probably have done that. I was a little pinned, but I don't know.
Coming this way, it's clear than you.
Alright. Oh, he's going around the back of the water tower.
Yeah, he's outside. I'm gonna go get him. Oh, fuck no. I'm on the ground. I'm still alive.
I have beds on.
You two going ahead, it should be clear again.
Be better. Had the new PC for about a week since built, and having to send a motherboard and
Who's
CPU to
that
Marty.
pussy
God.
now, lying on the floor, bleeding out?
You watch your mouth.
I have your life in my hands, I can stop this right now.
I love you. Please don't kill me, Wumble, please. POV, you got too many drinks for real. In the meantime, using the new GPU on this one that I've been using. Also put my head down and learned how to actually drift AC. You did, Jordan? Fuck yeah, dude, that's dope. Appreciate the assist, man. I just need a bandage and then I'm good to go. Where the fuck did they get shot from? That was crazy. Radio. Say it on radio. I can't hear you.
Okay, it was right, this guy right here in the doorway.
Oh, it was? Fuck. I see. I think the boys got their loot. I'm gonna head back towards him and then I think I might have to RTB. I wanna hang out with woman.
There's a tech rig in here if you want it.
A what rig?
A tech rig, same one I'm wearing.
Oh shit. Nice. They spawn here now?
They spawn in the blue UM crate.
It's pretty good to know. Just waiting on my new shifter, coming at the end of the month. Can't use the Moza one since that shit is metal on metal and driving at 2 in the morning. I'm gonna wake up the whole building. Oh shit. How you been, man? I've been good, bro. Been straight fuck. Big chillin', you know what it is. Just had a little vacay in what's it called? Florida, Orlando. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck? I really gotta go back. Hello, friends. Where did friends go? T-Dolts. I'm gonna have to RTB, boys.
Okay.
My beautiful girlfriend just came home, and I'm gonna hang out with her now.
Awesome.
Yes, sir.
Sounds good.
But this is where the spawn, like literally, this is what he, this is what he looks like. Come look at this.
Oh wait, I'm a gamer. I'm supposed to say simp.
So, oh wait, oh did you take the fucking the?
I took his hat.
Oh, you did?
Fuck
Okay.
him.
This is what he looks like. He's got, he's the only one with his clothes on.
All right.
So just really keep that in mind. You gotta really check your targets.
Yeah, he got me in the ass. So
I saw. It sucked. Alright, good luck, boys. I'm
It's
on
whatever.
RTB.
I have one.
Talk to you soon, man. Oh, actually, I'm gonna send you an invite to my Discord.
Okay, perfect.
Discord. Oh no. That's so dumb. That was meant to say Discord handle. Yeah, hi, Scat Bass. Let me know this. Sorry, I misspelled the second time. It's Discord handle Bethuel, in case you just came on. Oh my gosh. Scared the crap out of me. No, so you can add me on Discord, or you can copy that, like you can type out that whole Discord invite and then throw it in your browser or some shit, and it'll work. Beefoo fucked up my hair. I swear to God, I think it's me.
Yeah. I will here, hold on.
Yeah, take your time. It's a little convoluted. But I'll talk to you soon, man. I gotta bounce. It was really lovely getting to know you, man. Talk to you soon, hopefully.
Yeah, good shit. Know you guys too.
Peace. You coming with Wumble?
Yeah.
You wanna hit up a spot before we RTB fully?
I'm gonna head to Midnight Sapphire and more Fort Nerith missions.
Goddamn right. Let's do it. Well, not me. I'm on a RTB, but you should do it. Holy shit. Get the turkey? Yeah. Forehead reveal goes hard, dude. Ah, damn it, I hit the wrong button. I saw that. Did you call a chopper?
No, not yet.
Got me. Hey Wes, what's up, man? It's been a minute. How are you? If there's any hostiles here, let me take them out with a motherfucking sidearm, baby.
I don't see anyone.
There was one. He's dead now. I'm kidding. He was dead already, but I just wanted to feel dope. He's shooting me. Reloading. Boom.
Raven wheels up for Bravo 2.
I was really contemplating putting on a cap because my hair is not great currently. Even my girlfriend goes. Woman! I acquire a kiss. Oh wait, I require a kiss. This game still blows the fuck out of me, dude. Wait, yo, that's came out weird. This game mind blows me. Wait, this game. Oh man, this game blows my mind. There it is. That was what I wanted to say. It's a really fucking pretty ass game, dude. Classic beef moment, yeah, bro. Classic.
Ready up, we're taking off.
You guys want to see some? Yo, okay, get the Polaroids ready. Here we go.
Everybody got on that time.
Let's get a Polaroid ready, okay?
Raven reporting. I'm on my way.
Here we
ETA,
go. What do we
1
got?
minute.
What do we got? Polaroids. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Pause.
Yes, sir. There we go.
Get ready. 30 seconds.
Oh, we need one more Polaroid. One more Polaroid. Can we make it? I don't think we can make it. We ain't gonna make it out of the hood with this one, boys.
This is Raven arriving shortly
Let's
near
see
your
what it looks like
position.
when- oh, wait,
ETA,
maybe not
30
actually.
seconds.
Ready again. Ground. There you go, sir. Good old ground.
Here we are. Welcome back to base.
Ground zero. Ooh, that was a little too close. Alright, dude. I'm gonna hop off.
I'm at the
Well,
LZ.
thank you,
Hurry up
gentlemen.
and get
I
in.
greatly appreciate the help and advice.
Best advice: don't get shot.
10
Duly
seconds.
noted.
You're so welcome, dude. We love this game and we love helping people. It's what we're all about.
Raven, low on
Talk to you
fuel.
guys soon.
Need to head
I'll
out.
hop off. Peace, love, and harmony.
Have a good one, man.
Peace. Lacey, what's up, man? How you doing, man? You got the PC? Hell yeah, brother. That's sick. When are you setting up the official GCW stream? So I don't think that's happening anyway, but I think what I'll kind of have to do if I want to help them get a better stream made is I have to teach Faustic how to do some cool OBS magic, and then he'll do it because their entire building is so locked down that no files from the outside is allowed, or like no remote control, like me, for example, sitting on one of their computers, just sitting up the damn fucking thing. Like none of that is allowed. It's like a break. It's like a breach of everything. I think that's because they got so much technology that they have done that nobody else have been able to do in a first-person shooter. I'm waiting on the CPU to come now. I won't be here till Friday, but I already put everything together so I don't have as much boxes laying around in my room. Good shit, man. So Discord screen share tutorial, pretty much. Like, I'll probably just like have him boot it up and then, you know, go Slavic through everything. Slavic? Wait a minute, that's not. Have him go through everything. Have him go through everything. Whatever. I'm probably gonna be live again tomorrow. Oh shit, yeah, I wanted to go look at some RAM sticks. Let's actually go do that right now. Hardware. RAM. Because what we need is DDR5. We need fuck. I don't know what type of pin it uses. If I have a Mag B650, I don't even know if that's what I have. Can I see that in Task Manager? I forget. I probably can't. Beta's like next week, right? Like the closed playtest? I think so. Where does it say? Oh. No, that's not a... I don't remember what it is that I have here. Got NCXTB? No. No. I don't have this. No. Because what I need here is... Oh! This is what I need. That's so much money. That's fucking annoying. Like, system comp? Yeah, right? What the fuck? Why does it keep, like, moving over to different fucking... There's just nothing here. It's weird. System components? Huh? All right, let's do device. I can't think today for some reason. T-Dolts, hello friend. Hey man, how you doing? Welcome to the stream, dude. I was doing a little bit of figuring out here because I kind of want to get a new two new RAM sticks for my PC because I'm not able to run Expo because I have 4 sticks of RAM on my new PC. It's not new. Well, I guess it is new. No, it's new. It's new. So such a pleasure to meet you, dude. You seem like a really chill, cool dude. Ooh. I feel like it's called more than... Oh, you know what? I know how to figure this out. I need to upgrade my MOBO/CPU and RAM, but I gotta do it all at once since I'm still on AM4. Yeah, that's exactly why I upgraded. I'm on I'm finally on AM5, so I'm like stoked to upgrade my CPU, because currently I'm on a Ryzen 7 7700X, which is fine for like whatever, but I want big dog shit. You know what I mean? Oh shit, really? Wait, Steven, what? Didn't you just upgrade? Kommer det gå ut nøgen, vel, skat? For helvede. Need that X3D, homie. Mm-hmm. What's up, dude? What's up, man? All right. I now just figured out that it's the same pin. It's not pin. DIMM, and then it's the 288 pin, and these are the same. Fuck, but they're like double the price here. Wait, Fred, for real, dude? That's gas. Oh my god. Upgraded GPU and got the Wi-Fi board on the cheap. I see. I'm probably gonna wait for the 1100 series to come out, and I'll either get the... Yes, dude. I think I'm just gonna go for the... I forgot which ones it was that I would go for. Let me actually go check that out again, because I talked with it. I talked with a friend about it recently. X3. Huh? I guess I didn't. Wasn't it him? I'm pretty sure it was this guy. Okay, well, maybe it wasn't. But yo, my brothers in Christ, join our Discord. Okay, join everyone. This is the main Discord. We run 3 different Discords, 3 different communities. They all represent different things. Everyone is like creating creative stuff. We do like creating things, blah blah blah, music. We read books and shit. Join Element 1. This is the Gray Zone Warfare specific Discord, and all these Discords I have spent so much time on, especially when it comes to like graphics and whatever. Spent a lot of time on that. And lastly, the biggest project of mine for sure, join Aegis Visuals. Okay, there's links in the chat right now. This is sim racing, so if you're into Assetto Corsa, this is it. One-stop shop, dude. All right, absolutely guarantee it. You would go for the 9950 X3D probably. I think that's a little too crazy for me. Intel can suck these nuts, you feel me? Goddamn motherfucking right. Whoops. Ew. When it's fixed, right. You do productive work, so it makes more sense. Yeah. Well, no, I don't do requiring productive work. You know what I mean? Show screen. Let me see before you buy anything. I'm not gonna buy anything now. I don't have the fucking moolah, dude. But these are the ones I would get. And then obviously I would also tell. Wait. Isn't there something better than CL30, or is CL30 considered the best? Because I don't know what that means exactly, but I'm just told like Florida trip fucked my guy over. I swear to God, it did. The heat is still bothering me. I'm just kidding. CL30 is pretty good. I don't need pretty good. I need the best. I need the top dog shit. That's why it's expensive. Oh, CL32 is worse? Okay, I understand then. But yeah, these are the ones I get. These are the ones I have. So these are the ones I'm gonna get. These are the ones I have. Fuck, dude. Wait, I wonder. Huh. No. I think I would just sell the sticks of RAM I have for like 1,200 Danish kroner or some shit. And then once I get paid, I'm going to get these. But that, I'm going to have to wait a month for that. Damn it. Annoying. Oh well. Boys, thank you so much for watching. This was a really chill little cool stream. Yep. Christ. All right, brothers. Peace, love, and harmony, okay? I was Bethuel, your host. I'm going to be back tomorrow, sometime midday, hopefully. Maybe even at the start of the day. Oh, dude, I know, LK. I fucking know, dude. Luckily, tax returns have my back this year. Fuck yeah. I somehow don't even trust you to do... Man, come on, Steven. You know what? Let's see how I did. Let's just do this one little thing before I gotta bounce, okay? Because I have the entire stream from Oliver and I right here. Bethuel downloads. Let's check this out. Let's go see, because we made it to like...
Fill it out, so...
Oh, they're already in here.
You can start events without 16 per stick, so you got 64 in total.
I genuinely thought it was 32.
Oh,
PTSD income. Yo, 16K, dude, yo. Yeah, see, I'm prepping him, pulling him out, being a good boy. You know? And then I'm like...
I think that could be really easy to make like a mistake. Yeah, so sometimes people will accidentally do this.
See?
And just jam it in and be like, why the fuck doesn't it... What the hell, man?
Yeah, it's wild. Oh, dude, I wish it was me.
Like this. Also, this part is a little scary, but this part I've done so many times, and there's really no other way than just to... Yep.
I don't like that sound, bro. It sucks. Oh, God, on towels. Yeah, that sucked. That was probably not the greatest idea.
It's gonna catch 24 mobile and now you should do it while you have it in the thing.
I think it should be easier now.
I don't like the sandy sound. Like, why is it making like sand sounds? I don't really fuck with that at all.
Box it came in. Oh my gosh, that makes sense. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't do that. That makes a lot of sense.
But when you told me, Steven, when you told me about the fucking, I want to see if I can find it. Oh my God. When you told me about this, bro.
It's focusing on all the wrong stuff. Can I get it to focus?
Yeah, putting RAM in and putting the CPU lever down is the worst thing ever. CPU lever down, that's like my most hated thing for sure. But, well, no, this is worse. This is way worse. Yeah, this is way worse, dude. But what you guys are not going to like seeing here in a minute is how much I tighten these.
That up a little bit.
I wanted to make sure they were equally tightened. And now I start like... I want to scream again. Dude, I had no idea that you can't do this, that you shouldn't do this. That's why I'm like, I should probably like switch out my CPU soon to make sure there's no like damage or anything. I think it's fine. Yeah, because I'm tightening it. I did that on both my computer and Oliver's, so probably have to take it apart at some point. Oh no, I'm just now realizing I can't take the RAM out unless the fucking cooler is out too. I mean, it'll actually be fine. A few wet wipes and paste it again one more time. I got a shit ton of this paste still, so we'll be fine. All right, boys. I would like to stream even more, but I literally haven't slept all night. Like, this night. Not the night that's coming tonight, but this night. Because I had a night shift, and then I just stayed up all night. And the RAM should slip out. Yeah, I think I can, like... I did see that I can, like, push it up towards the fan and then still, like, you know, yeah, move it out. One step short of going full ham on it with an electric impact wrench. For real. But yo, LK, I wish I knew what to do regarding the fucking CarX, dude. I'm so sad of it. Do not tempt him. I will do it. Just kidding. But yeah, boys, love y'all, man. Want to talk to you soon. Peace, love, and harmony. I was Bethuel, your host. I am out.